Hello, and thank you for watching this video on how to get onboarded with your Cloaked account via the mobile application. For the purposes of this video, we will be using an account and phone owned by John. One of the first steps we recommend when getting onboarded with your Cloaked account is to verify a phone number. This can be done by navigating to Settings, and then clicking on Forwarding, and then adding a forwarding phone number. This will prompt you to add in a 6-digit verification code that is sent to your phone, and will allow you to be able to forward future texts and calls directly to your phone. These settings can be changed at any time and managed by identity, as we will show later in this video. Here, John has generated a phone number for an identity for his friend Jerry. This phone number can be provided directly to Jerry, and John can control exactly who can and cannot call or text this phone number. For calls and texts both, he can either set contacts to be allowed unrestricted or only based on approval. He also is allowed to decide whether or not he wants these calls and texts to forward directly to the phone number that he has recently verified. In this instance, John forgets to turn on forwarding and later changes his mind. As such, he can go into the identity, click on Settings, and then scroll down to Forwarding. From here, he can decide both for calls and for texts to turn on or off forwarding for this specific identity. Now that the setup of this identity is completed, John can go ahead and give Jerry this phone number. Jerry can go right into his regular messaging app and input John's Cloaked phone number. After he types it out, he can go in and type John a message. When Jerry sends this message, it will arrive directly to John's native messaging app and give him a notification. We can see that John gets this notification, but you'll notice that we haven't had to blur out Jerry's phone number. This is because Jerry is reaching John via a Cloaked routing number, which John can save directly to his contacts. John can add Jerry's contact number and then text Jerry directly back to this number. This way, the two of them can have a completely normal text message conversation, despite the fact that John is using a Cloaked phone number. This functionality is all made possible via forwarding to a verified phone number. However, if John would prefer to use the Cloaked app to communicate with Jerry, he can go into his inbox and then access the exact same conversation. Next, we will show how you can call as a phone number generated for one of your identities. In this instance, John is going to create an identity for Steve. He will create a phone number, and the rest of these details aren't as important. Once he finishes creating the identity, he can go into the details, click phone number, and then click call from this Cloaked number. Once John enters Steve's phone number, Cloaked will generate for him a routing number through which he can reach Steve. Any calls from John's verified phone number to this routing number will go directly to Steve. After you select dialed using default app, the call will immediately route directly to the intended recipient and will show up on their phone as being from your Cloaked number. This routing number can be saved to your contacts, allowing you to reach your recipient without ever compromising your real phone number. The final onboarding step for a mobile application that we will show you is how to enable Cloaked as your password manager to be able to autofill account details on your phone. To demonstrate this, we will first be creating for John a target account via the desktop browser extension. We will allow the extension to generate all of the relevant contact information that we will need to provide to Target, and we will use this opportunity to show you some of the cool features that the extension can do on desktop. Once the account has been created, Target, like many other websites, will ask you to verify the contact information that you've provided. In this instance, the mobile phone number. As such, the extension will display a modal that will allow you to quickly and easily verify your Cloaked contact information. Now that we have an identity that can be used to demonstrate mobile autofill, we can show how to enable it. If you click in Settings, and then scroll down and click on Autofill Websites and Apps, you will be prompted to open the system settings that control the autofill of your passwords. Once you've fulfilled the security requirements to access this setting, you should be able to change how passwords are autofilled on your device. Once you select Cloaked, Cloaked will now be a viable autofill password manager. As such, if you navigate to your native browser and go to, in this instance, target.com, you can have Cloaked immediately fill in your login information and easily access this website with your Cloaked account. If you click on sign in and then click on the email box, you can use the relevant Cloaked identity and the fields will automatically be autofilled. And just like that, you're back in on mobile exactly where you were on desktop. Thank you for watching this video on how to get onboarded to the Cloaked mobile app.